now.
Why be boring? Connect reactions, personalize messages, colorful sentiments using our various emojis. Get your 14-day free trial of Connect. Simply register at www.coolzone.ai. ONPASSIVE. What is our purpose? Transforming worldwide businesses using AI technology solutions. ONPASSIVE is an innovative AI technology company that focuses on creating completely self-governing software as a service, SaaS, products for our highly regarded worldwide customers. We specialize in leveraging cutting-edge AI software technologies to provide creative solutions that offer a clear competitive edge and novel insights for firms grappling with intricate technological difficulties. We offer a wide range of AI products and solutions designed to facilitate the digital transformation of enterprises globally. ONPASSIVE focuses on creating cutting-edge technologies and implementing digital transformation strategies that help businesses rethink their operational methods, improve productivity, and deliver outstanding customer experiences. At ONPASSIVE, our objective is to unleash the complete capabilities of groundbreaking artificial intelligence technology solutions that are not only user-friendly but also extremely flexible and capable of expansion. We enable our clients to achieve success in a completely interconnected world by utilizing the most advanced artificial intelligence technology. Our primary objective is to assist our clients in developing strong consumer connections, enhancing sales, exploring novel prospects, and analyzing marketing outcomes to optimize their enterprises. We are dedicated to providing creative solutions that improve the total value proposition of our clients in the current fiercely competitive market. You can join the next global AI giant ONPASSIVE to use and market the next generation AI tools. Simply register for free at www.coolzone.ai.
Hello, everyone. I just finished that last video. Room is full and somebody's trying to get in. Believe that. Yeah, thank you everybody for being here. It's June 1st. What a way to start a month. As I always said, many people here, the company, what makes the company strong is the people, and we got some of the best here. And I am very excited about that. Mike got kicked out. He's back. Okay, can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. We wanted to get everybody together. You know, I've been listening to people, and we're working on things, and things are moving full steam ahead. Yes, Mr. Mufareh came in on Wednesday to the 360, said some stuff, but the most important thing he said, he is the captain of the ship. We are going to go full steam ahead. He's got everything under control. And I want to drop something really quick. Because you might not have heard what you think you needed to hear, if he said anything before that and hasn't changed it, it's still going to happen. Nothing has changed. In every business, things happen. Okay, I'm going to let everybody talk because I talk too much usually. I want to thank everybody. I believe we need to push people above ourselves. That's what makes the company strong. I had said yesterday, if somebody leads the conversation as I am a leader, they probably aren't. If you're told you can go somewhere or you can't go somewhere or only hang with me, that's the wrong place to be. If you want to be the best in this company, you need to be a servant, not a leader. We have one leader, it's Ash Mufareh. That's good enough. We don't need any more chiefs. We need guides and people to help people. All of us are in a different level of ONPASSIVE mentally and in here. So you help people, you bring them up to where you are and then lift them above yourself. Don't have that much pride, it doesn't pay off. What pays is shining the light on others. And trust me, I've seen it here in ONPASSIVE. I've seen people go from quiet to exploding individuals. I'm going to give a prime example. 2 or 3 years ago, I met the OTech Pro guys in a webinar. They were kind of quiet. They were, leave me alone. I'm an IT guy. I'm good. We'll stay where we're at. Obviously, that didn't happen. But now they're on passive guys that happen to be in IT, which is pretty cool. And they can go anywhere, talk about anything when I'm passive. That's pretty powerful. John White's here, who I call Solomon, very wise guy, very wise wisdom. He has a lot of wisdom. He does a lot of things with Bill Musk, kind of behind the scenes guy. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of diamonds and pillars of this company that don't mind being behind the scenes to lift everybody up. I'm telling you, and I want to bring these people out also. There's other ones. Tanya ONPASSIVE, who runs ONPASSIVE Nation Group. She's doing that for myself, Mike, and Dan. It's 5 years old. There's close to 30,000 people. She's not getting paid. She works on it every day, every single day. Peter Rogers. You look at these big events in England, he created that. He helped build that. Unsung hero. Boom. If it wasn't for Peter, I wouldn't be here. Neither would Mike, probably none of us. So, and why did I follow Peter? I'm going to go back to one thing, and I said this. Find someone you trust. I did not go out and look for a guru to find out what he thought and what he was doing. I've talked to gurus. They make me crazy, and most of them I don't trust. Peter, I trusted. I asked him, what are you doing? And the rest is history. So definitely, and Robin, as you know, The Voice, met her 3 or 4 years ago. She consistently makes me look dumb as a rock, speaks all kinds of different languages. Everywhere I bring her, take her, she goes with me. She speaks the language. She spoke Pidgin in Papua New Guinea. I'm like, dang. So I learned an important lesson. Do not follow her. Always talk before her. So she is last because nobody here wants to be embarrassed. But she's like a sister to me. Everybody here, these are my brothers across the world. Some got better tans than others. Some are tall, some are ugly. Some of them have no neck. There we go. He just waved his hand. Thank you, Chris, for pointing that out for me. Yeah, you did it. Perfect timing. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Chris, and he's going to host this because I don't know what I'm doing. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. First of all, I want to welcome every one of you on this panel. I have very, very deep respect for all of you and what you've done and what you've turned things into, and I love you for it. I do want to say 2 happy birthdays today. There's a lot of birthdays, but Florence Mullen, happy birthday to you, and our favorite guy in the whole world, Muhammad Kamal, happy birthday to you, brother, from all of us to you. We hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm not going to talk a lot because I want to get going to these guys. Each one of them bring a flavor like you won't believe. And they've blown me away every single day. I hear them, listen to them. I pay attention to what they say, especially the tech guys, because they brought a whole different value and flavor to this company, explaining and understanding to all of us, but what IT is, that's their profession. They clarified many things for all of us, which I love and respect that. And I'm going to introduce each one as one, but every one of you brought something. Mike Ellis, you know who Mike is. He's been doing this for a long time, and he puts out these videos that, you know, I can actually say Mike Ellis is probably a big part of a lot of people coming into ONPASSIVE because of his videos. Peter, he's just a quiet guy with an amazing will to reach out to people and do the right thing. And Robin Noble, we all love her. And she's, like Marty said, I came and topped that. And then there's a guy we call John White, who I put a picture of him when I met him a few months ago. He's done an amazing thing, and he's dropped 200 pounds. We don't recognize him. I don't recognize him. He looks really good. And he is, not only is he just a good man, he's got wisdom that you wouldn't believe. So let me get started because we got a lot of people. The first one I'd like to...
Before you go, I want to say one thing to make it clear. Guys, take your time. You can talk about yourself, how you got where you are here today, and whatever you feel like saying, okay? I'm not kidding. Red isn't coming on, so whatever you want to talk about, go ahead. All right, anyway, go ahead, Chris.
Okay. I would like to introduce this first gentleman, Collins Mann, who I became very good friends with. A lot of wisdom in that head. So, Mr. Collins, please introduce yourself and take over.
Thank you, and Chris. Thank you, Marty Digamo. And, have all our lovely blood brothers here, OTech Pros. They are here. Robin is here. Peter Rogers, you're just a good friend. We always chat every second with Peter Rogers. And Mike Ellis, you are fantastic. An amazing guy. You blow all our head. If we are non-passive today, it's because of you. When I listened to you, it was really great. I came from the tech industry. Almost more than 14 years of my life is within the tech industry as a QA engineer. But when I joined ONPASSIVE, there was a different thing I saw. People saw it as an internet marketing, but I saw an IT company in the making. That's what I saw when I look at everything without even knowing who is Mr. Ash. Never seen Ash before. I look at ONPASSIVE.com, the first website we had with all of those stuff. There was no product there, nothing. It was just like some of the mechanics, which Mr. Ash have just put like a communication tools and stuff. So I said, if they can build half of this will be one of the biggest IT company mankind have ever seen. Because the time I started looking at it, I said, the only person that have done this is Microsoft with the little, the Microsoft package, Word document and stuff. But they are coming now, Ash is coming to put web application together with a single sign-on, which is really crazy. So I saw an IT company in the making, and I know it will take time. I know it will not be one day. I discussed it with some of my colleagues, and they say, you know what, this will never happen. It will take 10, maybe 20 years to come, and they are not ready to wait. So the question I asked, what if they hire a lot? Because I was looking on passive as, yes, the technology is massive. The complexity is really hard to build. But if you bring top-notch engineer who really understand what Mr. Ash Mufare want to build, as many as you can find, they can build it in record time, maybe 4 years, 5 years, 6 years to come. Because especially when it comes to complexity of development, you said, all right, how many engineers do we need? That's what you start to ask yourself. If you have only 5, it will take longer. You have 10, 20, 15, it takes shorter time. But most of these engineers, they need training. So it takes time for them to pick up, because they can't just come. Yes, I'm an engineer, 14 years. Put me now into ONPASSIVE. It will take me 6 months to adapt into their way of building. It will not take a day. Take the best engineer in this world. Say you are from Google. This or my brother Oliver here, Bob. Throw them in Hyderabad. You need to give them that training. So it is not easy the way people think like, oh, but they have too many. Yes, but they need to adapt into the system of building. So adaptation comes first to understand what they are trying to do. Though they are coming with their knowledge and their expertise, but they need time to fit in. And that is what I want to say. But now, what I want to really discuss here today is what Mr. Ash Mufare has been telling us from the eyes of Mr. Ash Mufare. The first time I heard Mr. Ash Mufare said, the world will know your name. We are going to own it. I was like, what? I'm not doing any webinars. Nobody have ever seen me. How would they even know me? I'm not Marty Digamo, Chris Johnson, Robin. The whole world know all of these guys. Mike Ellis. It was to bring the highest crowd. Mike Ellis, maybe the whole population on passive, maybe we'll say Mike Ellis brought most of them, though they are not directly under Mike Ellis, but your videos spread. But now, how would the world know somebody who have never, ever been on a webinar? That's where I started thinking. I said, no, is it true or false? Or is this something Mr. Ash Mufare is just saying, all right, the day Mr. Ash Mufare came to run show, that was really way back 1 year ago. Somebody asked a question about what do I need to do, and a lot of things came up. Mr. Ash Mufare said, all right, I want to tell you how I started thinking about ONPASSIVE. It wasn't 2018 as people thought. It was way beyond 2018. Maybe we're talking about 204 or what. So let's say way beyond. He said he sat down with his family, and that's why I started grabbing the concept. He said, just imagine, he said they sat back and they said, all right, Mr. Ash Mufare is a good man, blessing others, blessing a lot of people. He said, how do I do it you know, on a very big scale, where I don't need to travel here, but I know I've reached out to someone in Africa, I've reached out to someone in Papua New Guinea. Whilst I'm in America, I need to build something that will bless as many people as possible. Then the concept of ONPASSIVE came, the business model, which I want to break it down. It said, now, just again, you look at assuming that you have a shop, you want to build a shop, you want to get a shop, or you want to have a business per se. Peter Roger is a business owner here, have a shop. The first thing you need is a location. Where do I need to put myself? The location. When you get that location, that is one. You go there, you look and say, all right, this is really good because I know the visibility of my business will be everybody. This is where you can get those people coming, those who really want something from you. At least people can see it. You say, all right, I need a building now. You go and you look out for the building. Now, you cannot leave the building like that. You need to put products in that building. Start to bring products. Whatever you want to sell, bring it in. That is the second thing. That's two, building and products and the location. The third thing you need is a ledger. You need to write something down because you know when your stock is reducing, stock is going up, you need something that you can keep your record of your product or whatever is happening in your business on. You need a ledger. That's the third thing. What do you need again? People need to come in and buy. There must be something where people can pay and go out. You need at least a cash machine or a checkout service. Now, when you've got that, that's the four things. That's a business. To build the business, this is what you need. Now, we are going now into the digital age. A lot of business now want to appear online. They want to have an online presence. Though people always say, oh, ONPASSIVE is an online business. No, it is a traditional business that has been metamorphosed to an online business. Now, they are sitting there because we have a physical office in Dubai, Hyderabad, all of those. They are physical. People are working there. Maybe people are making mistakes. Developers working there. But they are building a SaaS service. Now, I said, right, let's take this online now. We want people. We don't want to limit ourselves where people come and knock our door, those who are passing. Let's take it online. Let's build it digitally. What do you need? First, those four things. Location. Location is what is your domain. Do we have a domain? Yes. Domain register, ONPASSIVE. Perhaps you go and you type ONPASSIVE, you see ONPASSIVE online. But ONPASSIVE must hook onto something. What? The building. The building is what? It's our ecosystem. That's the building, the ecosystem. So it is hung onto that ecosystem, which is the house. Let's call it the house. That house must contain something, the products. We have O-mail, we have O-net, we have O-trim into that building, which is the house, the ecosystem. All of them integrated together, O-connect. We what? With a single sign-on. You know, you can just log in once, you come in and you see everything in that building, but you've gone through the domain name, which is the location, and that location is host on that building. That building contains the product. That is two. Now, just to see it doesn't make sense. I want to buy it. How do I buy it? You need to hook it to a payment processor. Cash, we have O wallet hooked in there where people can come buy and come out, check in and check out. And we'll have multiple of them. There are multiple of them. ONPASSIVE just build one, which is under testing, and soon it will hook on there. So we are going to own that. I said we are owning it. That is a part of owning it. The next bit is we need a record. Where will all this data fall into? It goes into data center. So that is the four pillars I've just mentioned. The ecosystem, with a complete single sign-on and the product. You know, we have the cash register, which is the payment processor. We have the domain, and we have the data center, the four pillars. Mr. Ash didn't stop there because he owns the entire ecosystem ONPASSIVE. You know, he owns it. It belongs to Mr. Ash Mufareh. He said, now, how can people reach out to this? The magic about this is the replication of ONPASSIVE. Mr. Ash replicate that business to as many people as possible, not only to 1.4 million, to as many people who want to become affiliate in ONPASSIVE. So that is where they are saying the world will know your name, because by the time they hook your domain, because all of us will have a domain name, they will see Marty Digamo. The replication part is taking ONPASSIVE, going to when Marty Digamo, he said, Mr. Digamo, hey, I've been a business for you. That's it. Remove ONPASSIVE. Stick Mr. Digamo name on that business. It belongs to Mr. Digamo. Mr. Digamo need to know how to operate that business, run it by himself. And what happened? He gets commission out of it, and Mr. Ash Mufareh said, this is it for me, and that's you, Mr. Digamo. Take it and walk away with it. And that is the beauty, the genuine idea. When we said ONPASSIVE is different from any other business, it is the replication of that business to as many people as possible. Where do Cadmo fall into this? I always talk about, people talk about Cadmo. Cadmo is what? Complete automated what? Traffic and money. Do we have complete automated? The ecosystem, 100% complete automated, built for you, all done for you. You know, now what is the traffic? We have that's automated. Where is the traffic coming from? The founding members. That's where all targeted traffic into that system. And many people will come, line it up to be targeted traffic. Now, when we purchase it, we become money. We are all converted to money, whether you like it or not. The moment you purchase something, now you have been converted to money. That is the cash coming in, cash flow going out, in and out. Looking at this, let's talk about the concept. He said it's about doing less. Mr. I said doing less. What did we do to own a multi-billion-dollar company? Replicated for you and I. Nothing. The only less is just to understand how the system works, where I can click, purchase the product, make sure things are coming out nicely. You have to understand it, because the knowledge of ONPASSIVE depends on you. How much you can earn depends on how much you know in ONPASSIVE. That's what I've been crying most founders. They have given you a multi-billion-dollar company for nothing. How much did you pay to own a multi-billion-dollar company? Take ONPASSIVE, remove ONPASSIVE, put your name on ONPASSIVE and say, take it, own it, run away with it. How much did you pay? Less. Even it's a shameful thing to even talk about what you paid. You know, when people talk about money, it's really shameful. When people start to see the thing coming, their wallet shaking, I'm telling you, some of us will be ashamed to say, this is what I paid to own this type of business. We don't even deserve it. So when you are here, it's just that you saw it from your heart, like Marty always said. Now, we are ending more. Why we are ending more? Because Mr. Ash Mufareh wants us to go out and do good for humanity. That is the heart of ONPASSIVE, doing good for humanity. That's why he built this business. It's about blessing upon blessing upon blessing. If it was about we getting everything for ourselves, I don't think he will even do it, because it's not fulfilling. He said he wants to leave this world in a better place than when the way he comes into it. And that is how he wants to live it. And he said it's either do it or die. He said take humanity out of ONPASSIVE. He will be less motivated to build ONPASSIVE. So, Marty, I will leave it there. Thank you, Chris.
Wow. Okay, we can all go home now. Very, very good, Collins. Like I said, there's that flavor I love. I'm going to move on to the next OTech pro, my brother, a guy who's got a very powerful voice and is another bit of flavor coming at you, Mr. Oliver Fontaine.
Hi, everybody. I want to thank Marty and Chris for inviting us today, Saturday, and my big brother, John White. We met in Boston about how many years back. Nice guy, nice man, good, and man with words of wisdom. Then Mike Ellis is a brother. When I'm a little bit stressful, I want to distract myself a little bit, I call Mike around 6:30, 7 p.m. EDT time, and we chat. The only thing that makes me happy, ONPASSIVE. Not talking about Robin, with a golden voice, a sister from Africa also. You know, when she talks, you know, it melts my heart. Mr. Peter Rogers is also a brother from, you know, we hang out and we talk all the time. And my OTech Pro brothers, Bob, Vincent, Collins, you nail it. I want to say thank you, Bob. Thank you, everybody. Let me take it from where and continue to add on what my brother Colin just said. The world will know your name. Yes, the world will know your name. But we should also understand from the point how all these things were being put together. It has to go through ups and downs. That's why I always say success story cannot come without hardship. And that perseverance and that hope must be there. If you don't have that, patience, you don't have that hope and that faith, you cannot be in a success story. You cannot be part of a success story or that journey, because the journey will not be a good one, like ONPASSIVE. And we should also understand that ONPASSIVE comes with a lot. And there's one other thing that is in ONPASSIVE that we know that other companies, they make money from: data. I would say data today is the new currency. Data is the new currency. ONPASSIVE will not sell your data. ONPASSIVE will protect your data. Companies will flow in, like my brother Collins just talked about our AI cloud data center, where we are going to store everything. That is the cash flow also. And that is what is going to make most of the customers, when they come, they hear, oh, my data is not going to be out. They are going to plug in. Not only that, comes again what? Value. ONPASSIVE will bring out value. What are that value? The 1.4 million early birds are the value of ONPASSIVE. Then come again, our product, our applications are the value that we are going to bring. And that value targets but what? Target customer. Our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, what he wants to do, he has looked into all the applications that we do have within ONPASSIVE are products that are already applications that are in the market. But he always said that if it's that he wants to do the same thing like what is in the market, then what is the need? He goes now with AI. All the products from scratch have been built from artificial intelligence. From scratch. AI, automation, and integration. And the customers, and with what? Cost effective. And with what again? Is secured. It is secured. If that security is not there, that you know that customers, their data are not going to be out. I will keep talking about data because that's why I say data is the new currency. The world knows that data is now the new currency and has to be protected. And all the other technology that is connected to ONPASSIVE is advanced technology with advanced equipment. AI alone also comes with its own security. Come again, MSI, multiple source of income. When Mr. Ash Mufareh, he keeps saying that the world will know your name. Yes, the world will know your name. He said, upgrade your dreams. Yes, upgrade your dreams. Because when you look into each application, that is multi-billion-dollar industry. ONPASSIVE, we don't have only one, we don't have two, we don't have three, we have more than 10, more than 20. I don't want to go into the other physical product. I just want to concentrate on the software products and that we have. They are all multiple products and they are all multi-billion-dollar industry. That is the MSI that I'm talking about, multiple source of income. So when our CEO keeps telling us that one account is enough, because he knows that you can make an income from OConnect, income from OTracker, income from OVirtual, income from OStaff, just like that in one ecosystem. How beautiful can that be? Come again, no customer who will not pass to enter ONPASSIVE that will not pass through you and I, we, the Early Birds founders. That is the magic and the business model of ONPASSIVE that Mr. Ash Mufareh is going to be. For me, I know he will be appointed, one of the Nobel Peace Prize in economics, in finance, or whatever, they will name it. Because what he has put together, nobody. Then his heart, the heart of ONPASSIVE and the vision of ONPASSIVE, that my brother Vince, my colleague just said, humanity. When you look at the other CEOs, they are competing among themselves who is going to be the richest man, and they forget about the humanitarian part. But ONPASSIVE, everybody with the multiple source of income, everybody is going to be fine. Not only going to be fine, you will impact your community. You will from your community, you started impacting your country. From your country, you start going international. How beauty can that be? Then the other side of it again is not only in your community, not only in your country. We have founders that are all over the world, scattered all over the world. Before Mr. Ash Mufareh was saying that when I just joined in 2020 by my brother Bob brought me in, you know, founders in Australia who carry the humanitarian part in Australia, founders in PNG who carry also, founders in Japan, China, India. So you see, it's not only going to be 2%, it's going to be more than even 10, 20%. Our brother here, Chris Johnson, is the main man for humanitarian work. We know what he is going to do. He's not only going to concentrate in Michigan, but he's going to concentrate also, in all other activities. I want to say this: people should be very positive in life. As ONPASSIVians, connect with positive early bird founders and know your business. Stop this thing of, I have a big team, I'm going to associate myself with somebody that has a big team. This person is a leader. I want to support my big brother, Marty Degamo. Mr. Ash Mufareh is the only leader. Mr. Ash Mufareh is the only leader. Concentrate to know your business. I will hit on this every day. I will go live. I will hit on this so that people, it should get into people for them to understand that your business is your business. There's a saying in Africa that all man, everybody for himself, God for we all. So you stand by yourself. You don't stand. I will not stand that I will be following Mr. Marty Degamo, Mr. Chris Johnson, because they are this, they are that. No, I'll focus on my business. I connect with them because I want to learn. We all learn from each other, and we learn every day. We learn every day. I don't know that much. When something is more than me, I call Bob. I call Collins, Vincent. We talk. These are people that we talk about 4 or 5 times a day, and they're one of the last people I talk. Before Collins wants to go to bed, when Collins will call me around past 7 US time, I will give a summary what has happened that day. Before Bob goes to bed around 10 or 11, I talk to Bob. We summarize what has happened that day. At times, all of us, we circle around 7 o'clock. We will talk to around past 9 on daily basis, because we want to understand every little bit of what ONPASSIVE is all about. We want to know, yes, we are IT people. And I also want to say this: in a normal IT environment, there are always a start and an end date. And they are in different phases. Phase 1 is the initialization. That is the system development life cycle that we talk about how many years back, 3 years back. The first cycle is the initialization that we talk, come with the idea, try to brainstorm, put things together. Come now, we go into the implementation. Come now, we go to the maintenance. After maintenance, we go to the monitoring and then shoot it out live. And in each of these phases, it can take 6 months, it can take 1 year. And when they give a date, that date, something happened, we have to go back. So I really want people to understand that's why the patience now we have to come in. In a normal IT software environment with artificial intelligence, this is the company that has started, that has put things that I know with multiple applications from scratch. That it wants to roll them out in less than 10 years. When my brother Bob called me and told me, bro, there's a business I want you to join. When he explained, I asked Bob 2 questions. 2, I'm an IT guy. I don't know how to sell. The only thing that brought me in was an IT company. And I will not sell, they will do everything for me. Within seconds, I bought 1 account. But I want us to understand that it's a process and it takes time. And that process, that takes time. You have to be patient. And that's why I keep saying success story cannot go to the end without you exercising that patience. And you must have that hope and that faith to go to the end. Yes, our CEO will come today and say this and that. But when he goes back, within the time that he is live, that they just told him something 1 hour ago to come and tell us, by the time he goes back, something, maybe a code must have happened. It has gone to QA. QA must have rejected it because of this reason and because of this reason. So now he has to come back and say, okay, this has happened. So we should always keep that we are building complex technology and complex application, and to make sure it meets the demand of the customer, and that customer satisfaction must be there. So I just want us to understand all this. So when people sit and talk, just take your normal life, your own normal life. You may want to go to the market or to the grocery store, or you want to go somewhere. You say, okay, I'll leave the house at 1 o'clock. Something happened. Unforeseen. But in AI technology, we don't have unforeseen. We are building that. Or those unforeseen, when it happens because maybe they wanted to roll out from one phase to the other. Maybe there's a security gap. That gap, they have to fix it before that checkbox. There's a checkbox. They have to check before they approve it. It goes to the next phase. So I want to leave it there. I will say patience, hope, and faith. And I want to thank our CEO. He's a good man. He has that strength and that ability that makes him to make good decisions. And we should pray for him to make good decisions. Because even internally in any company, they are always reshoving. They always reshovel. They always say, no, you result is something that is needed. There must be result. In IT, you don't doubt. Result. Thank you very much, Chris Johnson. Thank everybody. Take it from there.
Take it from there. I got nothing left now, Oliver. Wonderful words again. More flavor added. Real quick, I love what you said. Everything you said, I loved, but you said a couple things that caught my attention. Time, patience, focus on the blessings. Oliver Fontaine, everyone knows your name. Thank you very much for your flavor. Speaking of focus, I'm now going to introduce the most focused guy in ONPASSIVE. I met Oliver and Bob in Boston when we were announcing the Burj Khalifa thing. Had some good talks. I actually did some bad things to him. Didn't realize I did. It was kind of funny. Another story. I love them both. Not only are they, when I say brothers, they're really my brothers. And both of them, they're amazing. But Bob Takusi, Mr. Focus, come on, man.
Yes, sir. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. This is your brother Bob from Bel Air, Maryland. Sorry, I have a cracked voice today. It's good to see you all. See you, Brother Marty, Brother Chris, my fellow OTech Pro brothers, Sister Robin with the golden voice, Mr. Peter Rogers, and of course, hats off always to Brother Mike Ellis. I'm very excited to be here, to be amongst you powerful powerhouse of ONPASSIVE, the powerhouse of ONPASSIVE. You know, today we're going to focus on moving ahead. As we said, we're moving ahead. I'll say it's a done deal. It's done. In the words of Mr. Ash Mufara, it's done. You know, a business model, a concept, and a vision that has never been done before or seen before. So let me just focus on one of the things that I think two of my brothers have said. One of the pillars, because when Colin spoke to us, he told us about the 4 pillars, and I just want to take one and then just expand on it. You know, the OES, our digital ecosystem, which is where the money is, as far as we are concerned. That's why I want to lay my emphasis on this afternoon to you guys. You know, we have said that it is the most sophisticated system that has ever been put together. Oliver said it is integrated, it's automated, and then it is powered by artificial intelligence. It takes time, my friends. It takes time. when we talk about AI, we know that it is true that AI has been around since the 60s and the 50s and the 60s. But it is only as recent as maybe 2012 that we started seeing studies from the University of Southern California, USC. 2012, that they had these studies about AI where they compared AI and humans. And the AI was, at that time, I think 2012, it was like 60 or 65% accurate, and humans were about 92% accurate. But when that test was redone in 2014, 2 years later, AI became almost 97 or 98% accurate, and humans were at the same level. And then a few years later, Mr. Ash Mufareh said, I'm going to build tomorrow's technology today. And hence, he commissioned these folks to put together the most sophisticated system that we've ever seen. That ecosystem has a digital integration hub, I think, and it should. That is the most complex logical system that has ever been put together. It's made up of the most complex mathematical calculation, stored procedures, triggers, and functions, and everything that comes together as the system rolls on. Not only that, it is powered by artificial intelligence. Remember, AI is at the heart of this system, is artificial intelligence. And we should know that artificial intelligence is a discipline. There are so many technologies within artificial intelligence. And Mr. Ash is using every single one that I know. All of them. In all these applications, you see a variation of artificial intelligence in there. You have machine learning, you have deep learning, you have speech recognition, you have augmented reality, you have robotic process automation, you have decision management, you have image recognition, and then you have natural language generation. Natural language generation programs the system, the cognitive ability of the system. So this system should behave like humans. How do you do that? How long does it take to do that? But he doesn't end there. Now, they are adding the most recent advanced artificial intelligence, which is called generative AI. I know that because sometime last year, Engineer Kamal, Mohammed Kamal, and Professor Susan met with some people at the Continental International Bank of Cairo, and they were pitching in how they can use generative AI to help that bank. Generative AI uses models, generative models, and they create new content, texts, images, and videos. And we saw something about that maybe 2 weeks ago when the Omega released some videos. That's generative AI. So Mr. Ash is using the most complex systems. He's building the most complex systems at this time. When he says, I'm building tomorrow's technology today, that is true, because there's no company that we know, like Oliver just said, that has built her system. Every big tech company that you know now, they were built at least 20 or 23 years, 25 years ago. They did not have AI. We do not use AI. So how long does it take to perfect this system, to bring this system such that it comes to perfection and to reality? It takes time. It takes time, but not only that, I'm in the information security sector, just like Oliver. We look at companies' security posture before we engage with them. Their security and their global compliance. How long does it take to build a system like ONPASSIVE, a global system? How long does it take to make sure it is compliant with every single country around the world? How long does it take? There are some unscrupulous countries. What if Mr. Ash goes to these countries and they say they want something? Because I bet you that when he's going to tell the story, we will hear. There are some unscrupulous people who lead in some countries that who want kickbacks, and he can't do it. What does he do? There are laws against that. We have what they call the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act in the United States here. You cannot bribe foreign officials. So, we should let Ash be Ash. For me, let Ash be Ash. Let Ash be Ash. He's going to get it done for us. He's told us it is done. He's not doing it. It is done. It's a done deal. So let's just relax and enjoy the moment. You know, in the past few days, Brother Marty has made some comments that has really struck me. The past few weeks, you've said something in reference to when we are children, have imaginative mind, they dream, they want to be anything. When we are young, remember that, Brother Marty? When you said that, it triggered a thought, something that I've been observing. There's a book that I read. It's written by a guy called Pablo Coelho. It's The Alchemist. That is what we call your personal legend. When we are young, all of us, we have what we call your personal legend. That thing that you want to become. But he says sometimes a mysterious force comes and makes you leave it. You forget about that dream, that goal, that thing that you wanted to be. But there's a few tiny 100% of people who stick with their personal legend. Ash Mufara is one of those. He never lets go. A personal legend. And when you synchronize that, because he says, and everything, every desire originates from the soul of the universe. And when you synchronize that desire with the soul of the universe and you stick to it, the universe conspires and help you achieve it. Now, Ash Mufara is powered by what we call divine energy. There's nothing that can stop him. Nothing. Nothing can stop him. We should know that. And now he says that I'm in charge. We are going to get to the finish line. That's just all I want to say. Back to you, Brother Chris.
Wow. Another added ingredient to this wonderful thing that we're doing. Bob DeCusi, you always say amazing things. I'm really glad I got to break bread with you and Oliver, because I don't forget that I did break bread with you guys, and the wisdom that comes out of your mouth. You are the most focused guy in Unpassive. We found something that's not only it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You said something very important real quick about, and I'm going to say this. If you don't know, the world was built on never before. Ideas have come up that built this world. Dreams have brought those people to build what we have in this world today. Ash Mufara, his dream, never done before, unique security. You said it all. Mr. Bob DeCusi, thank you very much. Okay, on the next.
Hey, Chris, I want to add something really, really quick.
Because, oh boy, go ahead.
No, I'll be quick. Like Bob said, I remember saying, you know, when you're young, everything is possible. You could be a fireman, you're going to be an astronaut, you're going to the moon, you're going to be a surgeon, you're going to be whatever. Everything is possible. And then life goes on, and that possibility just dwindles and dwindles. I like to read that book that Bob said. But the beauty of Unpassive is it opens that back up again. Yeah. And it lets you dig back in. It lets you go back to that kid and say, you know what? It's possible again. That's how I feel. And I'm glad you brought that up, Bob, because it reminded me of that. Anyway, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
Very good, Marty. No apology needed. Before I bring on this next guy, I want to thank, because someone was supposed to remind me, Kevin Rutledge, or we call him Kevin Mountman Rutledge, and his beautiful girlfriend Pam. Thank you very much for making this beautiful poster. It was a late night for all of us last night, and Kevin, again, behind the scenes, kicked it into action and made us this great poster. So Kevin Rutledge, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Appreciate it. This next guy, his name is Vincent Ete, and you know what? Vincent Ete was kind of like the quiet guy in the OTech pros. And then one day he just blew up. And Marty gave him Vincent Ete 2.0, and we can't shut him up. We love it. He's very, very knowledgeable in IT. So I want to bring on my brother, Mr. Vincent Ette. Go ahead, Vincent.
Okay, thank you, Chris, and thank you, Marty, to invite us here. Thanks also my brothers, Tech Pro. I think they did a great job. Collins, Oliver, and Bob. Thank you for this great challenge. Also, you put it down there. Thanks, Peter. Our brother Peter is always with us. Thank you, Peter, for the great support. You are always with us. My brother also, Mike. Thank you also. Thank you so, brother John White, and our lovely sister Robin, with your excellent voice. Always excellent for what she's doing. Thank you, Robin, to be here as well. So today I will work back for a few years ago, starting maybe around 2020, when I was referred to by my brother Collins. He said, Vincent, come. There is a great company somewhere here. You need to join. I said, oh, Collins, what you are talking? He said, no, it's IT company. It's this. So those years we used to have only GoFounder, and then we have only very little information. So I went to the website, I checked, I looked in all the information there, and then I saw my brother Collins, it's too good to be true. He said, yes, it's true. He said, no. I said, are you sure this is true? Because it's information I see that is good. So for me, but it's difficult to believe. He said, yes. So I went down again, read the information. The next day I found him. I said, no, my brother Collins, I joined ONPASSIVE. I subscribed for one account. So, and then he called me, no, we need to go for a webinar because I know you're an IT guy. You can help some people to understand the company, how ONPASSIVE move, how things are going, because a lot of people are down there. They join, but they don't understand. So you can help me and help our brothers so we can understand ONPASSIVE. And then I said, oh, that's great. So he helped also trying to help people to understand. He helped me to also to understand, because when you are telling people how to do things, how my brothers, Tech Pros, they also put the foot in. It helped me also to understand ONPASSIVE, because when we first started, we were starting with GoFounder, and then after we moved to OFounder, we jumped to OES. So with all this great opportunity, all the great technologies there, because when we first started, we were talking about ONPASSIVE, we have this technology, we have this, we have that, but most people, they didn't understand all those technologies. When we talk about multi-region data center, they say, what is multi-region data center? We say even we have a hybrid data center, and then you also 1 billion customers. That's what Mr. Ash said. And then he said it, he did it. So gradually, so what people need to understand that every company, even is like a child. When a child born, it starts gradually, and then from gradually, and then slowly, and then start working, and then slowly start year one school, and then slowly you go to secondary school, and then after that you go to university for those who go to university, and then you start your life, your career, you start slowly working, you are junior in the office, and then like me, I start junior in the office slowly, and then I become a senior in the office. So this is how we should see ONPASSIVE. It's the same thing. It's not different. It's our life that we are living. So something, a baby born, and then the baby starts slowly, and then become a man, or a girl, stand a woman, and then give a birth, have a family, and then become also a father, or she become also a mother. So this is the life. This is ONPASSIVE. That's how we should try to understand ONPASSIVE. So the software system also, what people should understand, that software system is not like go to the market and buy tomatoes. It's different. It's so complicated. It's not something very easy today. You need to put your feet in to understand exactly how this complicated and complex environment works. So the computer system is not that easy the way we think, because sometimes it's so complex. So we have to understand the job that Mr. Ash is doing for us. It's not that easy. It's very complicated. I've been there for many years, but there are sometimes even the system is more complex and more complicated for you to understand and then do it. So even when I put system to the developers that this is the issue that is going wrong, the performance issues, You need guys to fix it. So sometimes they come back to me, so Vincent, it's difficult. Give us some time. Let us think. Let us do something to understand. So those engineers they are working, we have to give them a time to think and then put something good for us. Because if the system is good for us, tomorrow we'll be enjoying and then we'll be happy. But if we rush, something can come quickly, but it will not last for long. Something can take long, it can last for long, and then it can last forever. It's the same thing like company we see today, like Microsoft and Sybase. They started together, and then Sybase bring the technology. Sybase did the technology, SQL Server, the technology I'm working on, to Microsoft. And then when the money started coming, they didn't understand each other, and then Sybase went to one side. Microsoft took the technology because Microsoft knows the technology already. I said, okay, I don't care about use Sybase anymore. But today we are talking about Microsoft alone. But Sybase, who knows about Sybase? Sybase is down. But because Microsoft was so intelligent, he knows how to use the technology that someone bring in, and then now is the use of the technology. Today they are talking about Microsoft, but no one talk about Sybase. But Sybase was the owner of the technology that Microsoft, they went together, they worked together. But Microsoft was so clever, he used the technology, and then today, however, we cannot live without Microsoft. We are talking about Microsoft. I think the same thing we are doing here on Passive, as we're going to talk also about on Passive. The whole our life, we'll talk about on Passive. The generation to come, we'll talk about on Passive. This is why Mr. Ash is doing. This is what Mr. Ash is doing for us. So we should all come together, be patient, and then because IT is not like buying tomatoes, like I said earlier. So it needs time. So we have to be patient for the job he's doing. He's doing a great job. And then I believe for sure that when everything is ready, when things come into the market, it's going to blow the world. And then all the technology there sitting there, they will all rush to ONPASSIVE. Every single person, every individual, and everywhere in the world, people will know, they will look into have an ONPASSIVE product. Our product will be like a piece of cake in the market. Today, look at on Oconet. Oconet is one of the most beautiful products right now. One of the best products, right? So today, when ONPASSIVE do everything, everything is ready. So we talk only for one product, Oconet. Oconet is blowing the world. So what about OML? My brother Bob talk about all the technology attached to OML. You can see my grandmother can write an email. Maybe she didn't know how to write, but using OML, she can write an email and send it to Oliver, send it to Chris, because she cannot write, but she can speak, and then the email will go, and then she can send it to Mr. Chris, send it to Mr. Degamo, so it will go to them. So this is the ONPASSIVE that Mr. Ash is going to change the world. We're going to change the world with the latest technology. Mr. Ash is going to blow the world. So when they say blow the world, it's not by saying in the mouth like here I'm sitting here saying, is acting, is doing it. And then when we start, the example is that when we start, we didn't have any product. But today we are using Oconet, OML, Otracker, Odes, so many products. They are all embedded with artificial intelligence. And then the security, when they come to security, our product, confidentiality is there, integrity is there, everything is there. So I don't see. So what I'm asking people is take time. Good thing take long. Good thing doesn't come like easy. It takes long to get good thing. Before I jump into IT, it takes me a long process. So now when I'm sitting there also is a consultant, let's go and see him. I didn't wake up one morning to be where I am. So it's the same process in ONPASSIVE. It's the same like our life we are living today. Before you become a father, become a mother, it takes a long process to be there. So I believe that what the job Mr. Ash is doing is doing that job for us, that tomorrow we, our children, even grandchildren and grand, they will be happy and then they will be proud of us. So that's the job that Mr. Ash is doing. So it's not a matter to rush. We can rush and then we get maybe peanut today. And then maybe 2 or 3 months later, nothing else. Will you be happy? Something you get maybe £1,000 today or $1,000 today, and then the next 2-3 months, nothing come in your pocket again. You'll be very disappointed. So I prefer waiting for maybe even 10 years, and then after 10 years, we'll be continuing getting any money until I die, because I know that If I'm not anymore, my children can profit. The generation also can profit. But it's nothing to get money today and then tomorrow nothing. So I prefer waiting. I prefer, because more we wait, more we get the best product, and then more we'll be happy, and then we'll be proud of ONPASSIVE because of the job that ONPASSIVE is doing for us. ONPASSIVE is not like making cake. It's doing a great job. The technology we have now. So before, we didn't know all this technology. We have automation. We have all the business tools that we need for a business to work. ONPASSIVE is doing that. And the payment processor, some months ago, people were putting us here, down, and there. But Mr. Ash wake up morning and say, I'm building my own payment processes. And then he's working on it. He will do it. And then we'll be proud of him, and then we'll be happy. So that's what we should expect in all of us. We should come together, work together, and pray for him also together that Minister Ash, what is doing for ONPASSIVE, he will deliver it for us. We'll be happy. Even when we die, we'll be happy down there, because we know that he has delivered to us a great job and a great company that we'll never forget this company. So this is a company that we will never forget, and they will be always in our mind until we die. So that's what I think Mr. Ash is doing to us, and then I believe he will deliver this to us in the very soon. So let's come together, let's think in together, let's put ourselves together, and then I believe to God that in a very short time we'll get that, and then we'll be all happy for that. Thank you, Chris.
Holy cow, we just upgraded you to Vincent Ente 5.0 now. You are now Vincent 5.0. That's what I'm talking about, exciting. I want you guys to understand something else. Did you notice how each one of them bring up the other OTEC's name? I got advice, I'm talking. These guys are connected. These four individuals have connected more people to understanding IT, and I'm so very grateful. That was Vincent. Whatever, you must have had a couple of ONPASSIVE this morning, because the love and passion and compassion just flowed out of your mouth, man. Thank you very much for that, Vincent. Wow, Mike Ellis. Mike's a humble guy, and all I can say is I have a lot of respect for this gentleman, and he doesn't take compliments real easy because he's that humble guy. But I want to introduce one of the most popular video makers in the world. I came into him, but Mike Ellis, I know you hate when I do this. The floor is all yours, brother. Vincent, boom.
Yeah, no, thanks, Chris. And yeah, everybody today is absolutely on fire. And the last few days, they have been very, very full, as everybody here will say. But this is not hard. If you look at what Mr. Mufareh is sharing with us, what he's saying, it's really not difficult to understand where we are and where we're going. And I want to start with a little statement and then kind of explain it a little bit. Being average and ordinary. And when people hear that statement, everybody goes, well, no, I don't want to be average and ordinary. I want to be extraordinary. And when you look at large businesses and large governments, they all start that way. They want to be extraordinary. And as they move forward and you get more and more people involved, more and more bureaucracy involved, all of a sudden things become diluted. And the original vision that they started with, all of a sudden, it's not quite the same as it was when it first started. And that's when things become average and ordinary. And if you don't want to be average and ordinary, you have to be with individuals that are extraordinary. And when we think about ONPASSIVE and the bureaucracy that has been built around ONPASSIVE, I think that's what's happened with ONPASSIVE. The vision of Ash Mufareh, it started to get a little bit diluted. And a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And Mr. Mufareh, do you think he is average and ordinary? Do you think he is normal? And the answer to that is no way. He will never go there. And because he saw these little changes happening within ONPASSIVE, he had to come in and reboot. ONPASSIVE will always be the vision of Ash Mufareh. That is not going to change. It has not changed today, and it will never change. ONPASSIVE moving forward is going to be exactly what Mr. Mufareh had in the beginning, his vision of what he wanted to do, not only on the company side, but for people involved with ONPASSIVE. That has not changed. Again, this is not hard. ONPASSIVE has not changed. And then we start to think about, well, what does he need to do in order to get back on track? He's already done it. ONPASSIVE is already on track. Again, nothing has changed. And this is the really important part of what I'm talking about. The timetable has not changed. When we start to talk about the revenue of ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE is a business initially. It's more than that, much more than that. But the revenue has to start coming in. Mr. Mufareh understands that. He's been dealing with this way longer than we even imagined. And the revenue will start coming in very, very quickly. Again, it has not changed. Mr. Mufareh understands that product has to go out to the world population. People have to start buying OConnect, and revenue has to start coming in. That is going to happen very, very quickly. But when you start thinking about being average and ordinary, you have to be with people, and you don't want to be there. You have to be with people that are extraordinary, i.e. this panel, i.e. Mr. Mufareh, way, way above normal by any standards. We are there. We are there. Again, this is not hard. And when you think about ONPASSIVE, don't get ahead of yourself. Things are going to be happening very, very quickly. We don't have to wait months or years for Mr. Mufareh to do what he needs to do, because he's already been doing it. And that's the one thing that is so unique about Mr. Mufareh. His foresight is so much bigger than yours and I's. He understood what was happening probably months ago, and he understood what he was going to have to do, and it's done. It is a done deal. So when you start looking at ONPASSIVE, when you start looking at yourself, when you start thinking about being average and ordinary, it's not where you want to be. You are in the right place right now. And ONPASSIVE, they are in line, they are on time, and the timing is now. It's not in years, guys. This is happening right now. You don't have to worry about things starting to flow. They are going to flow. Nobody here is average and ordinary. And as we move forward, the world is going to change. You're going to change, and everything is going to be extraordinary. I'll leave it there, Chris. I've got a lot to say, but this is a big panel. Just a quick, we're there. Things are happening. You don't need to worry about what's been happening in the last few days, even though they've been very, very full. Things are good, and ONPASSIVE, they're on the move, guys. They are absolutely on the move. And Mr. Mufareh will never be average or ordinary. He will never be normal. He will be that crazy professor that we have, and we don't want it any other way. Go ahead, Chris. That's it.
Very good, Mike. I'm not going to repeat one thing he said, because everything he just said I love, and you don't need to hear it twice. Mike Ellis, I appreciate all you've done for ONPASSIVE, man. I'm so glad that I connected with you, and a lot of people are making a lot of comments about you, how they love you. So, Mike
Thanks,
Ellis,
Chris.
thank you very much. I'm going to say this because you don't want me to do it, and you can't stand it. In my book, you're a legend, bro. Keep doing what you're doing.
I'm a legend in my own mind. That's enough.
Thanks, Mike. All right, this next guy I want to tell a little story about. Not only is he a very good friend of mine, I met him in Boston. I met him under different circumstances because John Waite was a big dude. And I remember we were walking to the airport to go to the cars, to go to the meetings, and he was having a hard time walking. I said, dude, I'm the same way. Let's just walk together. And we just kind of stayed there and walked, and I understood he was going through. And at that moment, and I'll say because of ONPASSIVE, where he was at, he heard something Ash Mufareh said. Now, this is me talking for John a little bit. Get in the best shape of your life. John understood, and I understood, that walking was not easy. John took the incentive to change his life completely. And I'm here to say he's lost over 200 pounds. I do not recognize him. That's the truth. And I just seen him a few months ago in Georgia. I'm amazed by this guy. Not only does he fill me full of wisdom when he speaks, but I am honored to bring out a guy who I have nothing but 100% respect, because he made the change. He made the change. And that's what a lot of people need to understand. Sometimes you have to make the change to better yourself. And by golly, a leader, a role model. John White, bring it on, brother. I love you, man.
Well, thank you very much. I'm really was kind of worried about to whom you were talking, because I don't know that guy. But I really appreciate being here. I want to thank Mr. Mufare and his family for actually creating industries where we can come together and tell everybody about the virtues of ONPASSIVE. Thank you, Marty and Chris, for inviting me here. And it's a simple thing. I was once surfing the internet, and I can't even swim. And I came upon this buoy, I guess you call it a buoy, in the ocean, and it had the name ONPASSIVE. Come and join me in ONPASSIVE. That buoy turned out to be Darius and Dane Edwards. And June the 11th, 2020 is when I started a metamorphosis, a change, a tremendous change in my life. I looked at it. I had been wounded. I had been abused. I had been misled. I had been scammed by all of the other companies that were on the internet. Like, I'm a survivor of multi-level marketing. Didn't make any money, but what it did is that it instilled in me an opportunity to dream. I dreamt, but they were nightmares, because it wasn't something that was that could give me perpetual security. So when I started into ONPASSIVE, I went to that darling community that we used to have, where we come out with posts that were put on, and I see these people, Mr. Mufare, giving me a love, Chris giving me a love for those posts. But unbeknown to me, there was a man who was invisible. And this man said, "Wow, I really like your post." So somehow he got an email. He said, "Hey, let us promote ONPASSIVE together." His name is Bill Musk. And we started that. And we have gotten the passion. We had the passion in us to promote ONPASSIVE. And this is what we have been doing. There was never any time in my mind that ONPASSIVE would not survive. And we put our name on the line. And I started here when it was 95,000 people. 95,000. I thought that was the end. I mean, you hit 200,000, then you hit 1 million. But the good part about it is that I said at 95,000, all the rest of those came in after me. Now, I'm not saying that, I brought all these people in, or Bill brought all these people in, or Mike. But what we did is that we contributed to the progression of ONPASSIVE. That, my friends, is enormous. No one can really do what Mr. Mufare has been able to do. And breaking news, ONPASSIVE is for real. Look at what we have, brothers and sisters. Look at the infrastructure of ONPASSIVE. Look at the offices that have been strategically placed to benefit us. Who would have thought the Burj Khalifa, 2 suites, not leased, but bought? ONPASSIVE isn't going anywhere. Remember the venture into Egypt, and we have an office on the portion by the Nile River. Why did we do that? A couple of weeks ago, and maybe less than a week ago, Egypt came out with their first electric cab system. Egypt is a place where the 25-year-olds to 35-year-olds compose some of the most influential IT people anywhere on the planet. When we started out, we started in the hotbed of technology, Hyderabad. No one is more into technology and more creative than those who are in India, the software designers, the infrastructure designers, all of these things, all of the buildings, you know, brick and mortar businesses. A lot of the businesses on the internet have virtual offices. What's that? Is that foundational? A virtual office? No, we have a brick and mortar business. And I wanted to let you know something also. We are very fortunate that we have a man by the name of Mr. Ash Mufareh who's not profit driven. If he were profit driven, and what we see with ONPASSIVE, he would be the world's first trillionaire. But that's not what he wants. He wanted to push up people. He wanted to get people who were attuned to his vision, attuned to his heart's, attuned to the caring nature of this man. So where all of these big corporations have been launched publicly and started getting stockholders, now they are cemented into their business model because they've got too many people who they're trying to please. So they went publicly, start getting all kinds of people in it. But Mr. Mufareh said, no, I don't want to do that. He says, I want to help people who have the same vision that we have, that I have, his family has. So what did he do? He gave us an opportunity to come in. Being a private company, he controlled ONPASSIVE. So when we came in as visionaries with Mr. Mufareh. Now, if he wanted to go public, guess what, guys? Instead of us being early bird affiliates, we would just be early bird customers. Where's the profit for us? We would have saved money. The technology is massive. It's incredible. It's far in advance than any other technology on the earth. But you wanted to also be a part of something that you could build a legacy. I don't know customers who can build legacies. I could only know people who are where we are as early bird affiliates. And Marty keeps saying, he says, do you understand that the early bird affiliate position, if anyone wanted to come into ONPASSIVE, they've got to come through us. So no matter how big ONPASSIVE is, it's not 50-50 affiliates and customers because of the holding tank of, you know, millions that are waiting to get in to be assigned to founders or early bird affiliates. It just boggles my mind to think that I came into ONPASSIVE only wanted to supplement my income. Wow. Wow. I've done more than that. And it's because of the philosophy of Mr. Mufareh. Mr. Mufareh talked about the blueprint. If he were to give it to somebody, they would be able to go along with it. Well, that's when I don't agree with him. And the reason why I'm saying that is that how can someone show the heart, the caring of humanity when they're already cemented in that business model that put profits over people? They can't change it. They can't all of a sudden come out of the stock market and then be privately owned. Stockholders would be suing them to the max. That's the brilliant person who's leading us. And now we're sitting on the cusp of totally changing things when it comes to financial security. We are pioneers. We are trailblazers into this world that has been really built against the common people. You see, when your focus is on something else other than money, then money follows value, and we are valuable. Everything that we have is predicated upon uplifting humanity. But Mr. Mufareh said, first of all, you take care of your home, your house. Make sure that all those things are happening. Then after that, you can go out and into humanity and do whatever you want as far as it concerns uplifting humanity. Like Mr. Mufareh did when he was on the West Coast. He saw the condition that was happening, and then he just started giving out gifts and helping people with food. Then he went from that to getting people to help him with that, and that's what he's doing here on a larger scale with ONPASSIVE. So stay focused, stay in the belief that we're in good hands, folks. No one is able to do what ONPASSIVE is going to do for the financial lives of those who participate. And when you don't have to worry about finances, guess what? Your health improves. You know, there's less anxiety, there's less depression. You see, you make it, you become your own man, you become your own woman. But the power behind all of this is what Mr. Mufareh has embedded in our hearts and our minds, and it cannot be duplicated by any corporation, no matter how much money they have. We will always be looking back because we took that step and we became 1.4 million Mr. Ash Mufarehs. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to be the first one to say this is that was absolutely the most positive message I've ever heard in the last 3.5 years. John White, thank you very much. I told you this. He's just a great guy, but the wisdom that comes out of his mouth, please watch this video again and listen to what he has to say. All of them. But John, that was truly amazing what you just said. And I can't comment because it was awesome. That's my reaction to you, John. Thank you, brother. And Bill Must and the Darius brothers were actually invited to this channel. They both have obligations. I think Bill has a death in his family. Our condolences. And Dana and Darius, I'm not sure if they're traveling with family, but we'll get you on. Don't you worry. John White, once again, thank you very much. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate y'all.
That was powerful. All right. Peter, I hate to follow John White. Peter, I want to tell you a little about Peter. Peter is a very quiet guy. He does immense things behind the scenes in the UK, organizing, keeping people together. One thing I love about Peter is what I found out a little later is he also is huge into martial arts, which is a thought. Martial arts it's not just about defense. It's about training your brain, how to react, how not to get angry. And I see this more and more every time I hear Peter talk. So, Peter, thank you for all you've done in the UK and bringing people together. And the floor is yours, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Marty, Chris, for inviting me. I don't know why you've invited me in front of all these fantastic speakers. But here we go. I just want to say that obviously when I met Marty, it was probably about 10 years ago. That was, we were involved in a platform, a Bitcoin platform, I think it was at the time. I met Mike as well at the same time. And to be honest, these guys, they've helped me through the 10 years I've known them being online. They've basically helped me try and obviously improve my life. And the OTEC pros, I've met these guys. I've personally met them all, which has been a fantastic experience. We arranged the event in the UK, and Bob and Oliver and Collins and Vincent. Bob and Oliver flew over from the States over to the UK to actually attend the webinar, and we've been friends ever since. And a lot of people, I just want to say this, these guys have spoken really well, and a lot of people get overwhelmed by what they're saying. I get overwhelmed by what they're talking about. You think to yourself, God, these guys, they really know so much about ONPASSIVE and how it works. And me as a person, have I got to know all this terminology and this IT stuff? And to be honest, you don't need to know it. They're teaching us. They're showing us the way. They're sharing their experiences of ONPASSIVE. They're sharing their knowledge of what Ash is having to go through, and then they're just simplifying it for us to understand. And and I'm very privileged that they do have meetings and they ask me to go along, and I sit there and I listen, and they're educating me, and they have got great knowledge about obviously IT and about how the ONPASSIVE business is going to work. But I want to sort of go back a little bit to when I first got involved in ONPASSIVE. Bit like John, I got involved in 2018. When I got involved in it, there was only 2,500 founders.
Wow.
Okay, so it's been a journey. And when I got involved with it, it was Red Redfern. Everybody obviously knows Red. Red is a great friend of mine. He introduced me to ONPASSIVE. He just gave me a call one day and said, Pete, there's a link I'm sending you. It's to do with a business called ONPASSIVE. Here's a link, just fill it in, pay your $97. And he just basically left it at that. Left me high and dry, really. But like Marty, I had trust in Red. He was a good friend. I had trust in him. I paid the $97, and then Red sent me some audio recordings of what Ashford's vision was. And in those days, ONPASSIVE didn't even have a name. We didn't even have a name for ONPASSIVE. We didn't even have a back office. We didn't have founders. We didn't have anything. So the journey from then to what we've got today, okay, is massive, and I've seen it all. And I'm proud to be part of what's happening and what's come about. And so obviously when I got involved with it, I started to obviously, I suppose in a way I got involved in it with the MRM mentality, because that's how we first saw it. Get as many people into your teams and all that. And obviously that's how we sort of started, and that's how we looked at it. But obviously over the time, it's not what it is. It's not an MRM. It's a business. It's an IT business, and we have to treat it as such. And so when I got involved in it, and I started to obviously realize to try to build the business, I'm not a builder. I'll be honest, I'm not a builder. I've been very privileged to meet people like Marty, and Marty actually contacted me about ONPASSIVE. It was he just contacted me, said, "What you doing, Pete? I haven't seen you around on doing the other platforms that we were involved in." And I said, "Well, I've just got involved with this business ONPASSIVE, and it's something exciting." And he asked me a load of questions, and I had a little bit of knowledge, and I gave him, yes, it does this and it does that, and he contacted me. So in that respect, I'm very privileged, and I really appreciate you being involved and helping me with it, really. So anyway, as that time has moved on now, and as I said, with the OTEC pros, they've given us all these, give us all this information about ONPASSIVE. There's a lot of information that's gone, a lot of happenings that's gone on with ONPASSIVE over the years. You know, like with India, Egypt, and there's so much gone on, and the marketing that's gone on. Okay, this is a real business. Okay, and we have to treat it as a real business. And these guys here, they've helped me to try and obviously understand how the workings of this business is. And from my perspective, I understand how it works. I go on obviously onpassive.com. I sort of read the different web pages that comes up. I look at the different web pages that comes up every week. They're renewed, you know, and I read obviously and try and learn about the products. Now, the most important part, I think, for people really to be involved with ONPASSIVE is to listen to these guys. You don't have to be these people. All you have to do is understand how ONPASSIVE is going to work for you. And the way you can do that is to get involved with your OES, learn about the OES, learn about what information, okay, is in the OES, how to navigate around the OES. Okay, go on to the different webinars. There's certain webinars that you obviously, you know, you can go on. We have Heroes webinar on a Sunday. These are great speakers. These people are here. You know, they can answer your questions. If you've got a question, come along, ask your question. They're only there to help. And you know, it's been a journey. I love ONPASSIVE. I'm excited, and I want to sort of go a little bit back to what happened on Wednesday with Ash. You know, Ash came on and he said he is the boss. He's the leader. Well, he's the CEO of ONPASSIVE. That's what he's saying. I am the CEO. Okay, and there's certain things that I want it done my way. I've got a vision. This is what Bob was talking about. He's got this vision, and somehow, you know, reading between the lines, how I feel his vision, it's slightly gone slightly off track. He got this vision, and he's decided, no, I've got to get my hands on this. This is my vision. It's my way, or you're going to go the I way. Okay, so basically, he's taken control of this business. He's taken control of ONPASSIVE, and he's going to put it back where he wants it. Okay, and like Marty's already said, you know, with commissions and all that, nothing's changed. Nothing has changed about ONPASSIVE. We're all on the road is great going forward. We're all looking forward. Okay, Ash just come back, said he's taking more control of the ONPASSIVE business, and that's what he's doing. He's got his vision, he's got his teeth into it, and that's what he wants to do. And I'm excited about that. As a business owner myself, you know, I run my own business. I have staff, you know, and I've got managers, and I have my vision. I want to run my business the way I want to run my business. Okay, and Ash is the same. This is his business. He wants this business run the way he wants it run. He's got a vision, and that's how he's going to have it, and that's how he's going to run it. And that's like with me, with my business. You know, I run my business the way I want it. And you know, I can't add to what these guys have already said. They're very knowledgeable on ONPASSIVE. You know, I just love being part of what they're doing, and they've helped me tremendously. And you know, with obviously the different events that I've obviously been involved in, I've been privileged, really. It was a privilege to obviously help organize those with Red, and I met all these guys, as I said, through it. And watch this space. Once we move on a bit further on down the road with ONPASSIVE, UK is going to have a few more events, and I'm sure that a lot of these people are going to be there, and we're going to have some fun. I'm excited, and you know, that's all I can say. I'm looking forward to what's happening and what's coming. Back to you, Chris. I can't say no more.
Thank you, Peter. Think about that. I want everyone in the past to know this. Red, Peter, Marty, Mike, and the rest flowed. Connect, make it connect. Peter, I'm so very proud. And why you're on here, because you're a very, very important piece to this puzzle called ONPASSIVE, and we love you for it. And I got a lot of respect for you, man. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
Woo, and you do bring a lot of value, so don't think you don't. All right, down to now. Normally, as gentlemen in Unpassive, we always say ladies go first. This lady I'm going to introduce, she loves to go last. She has touched our hearts with amazing stories of her travels around the world. She does have an absolutely beautiful voice. Not only does she have a beautiful voice, but her heart just pushes her out there. She's traveled the world. She's shared many experiences. Like Marty said, she speaks a lot of languages, which always blows us away. She's helped me out in many things, and I take a lot of advice for her on a daily basis, and I just love her. On that note, Miss Robin Noble, the voice. Go ahead, Robin.
Thank you, Chris. I'm so privileged and blessed to be with all of you this morning. What an amazing panel of gentlemen I have been so gratefully, appreciatively added to be part of. You are amazing. Everything I have heard this morning has been phenomenal. And I hope that people will listen to this over and over again for the gems of wisdom and advice and magnificence that each of you have given, from the heart, from the technology perspective, from the business perspective. I'm just in awe, and I'm blessed to have been invited to be with you. At some point in our lives, we planted seeds for a brighter, happier, abundant life, and to help others. I don't know when we did it. I don't know what experience tipped us off, but at some point we were happy in our own lives and we wanted to do more, or we just saw things in life that we wanted to help change. The seeds of vision and dreams and goals are sown and planted usually long before we see the results. And with the proper care and love, they grow and they flourish. This is what Ash has done with his vision for his company, for all of us, and for the world. And the world has yet to see what all this amazing impact is going to bring to it and for it. This is bonus time for us right now. The reputation of ONPASSIVE relies on all of us. It sits on our shoulders. Yes, it's Ash's business, it's Ash's company, and Ash and his teams are doing work, but it is also up to us. So how do we behave and how do we treat others? Is it with honesty and integrity? Are we truthful? Are we trustworthy? Do we impart that to others? Do we exemplify that? Do we embody that? So let's be part of the ONPASSIVE spirit, which is our spirit really, when you think of it. And all we're doing is following through by extension what Ash has wanted to create, because it's his spirit, it's his embodiment of what he would like the world and the business world to be. A quote from Stephen King that to me depicts Ash is, "You can, you should, and if you are brave enough to start, you will." To me, Ash did this and has done this. He took the leap. He's building the business. By his own admission, he has made mistakes, and a lot of them. But that is also how you grow. That's also how businesses change and thrive. And the riskiest move of all is not to take any risks at all. To be stagnant, to be stuck. We will be told by Ash when the next steps and products will happen. There really is no point in constantly asking this question, because we are all in the same situation of bonus time and of allowing the company to move forward. By Ash's comments the other day of taking back control and taking control of his company, I was so pleased to see that he was back in his power. He's never lost his power and he's never lost his business. But he has regenerated himself. He has re-energized himself and his own vision for the company and for the world which relates to all of us, and in turn, we will all benefit from. If you have any concerns or questions, go back and read the notes in the back office that have been put there beautifully by the amazing writing of Daryl and Janet, Peter Sarur, and this is what they do. This is amazing. And Dan Steele. Dan, I did that again. My favorite Dan Steele is Dan Street. Just like focus goes with Bob, Steele goes with Dan. So, real change and enduring change happens one step at a time. And Ash has taken this on for all of us. It is so easy to criticize from the sidelines. We need to stop this. If building a business and creating what Ash is doing was easy, from the criticism that has been heard by some out in the field and in the foundation of ONPASSIVE and the founders, all of us would have done this. It's not easy. So let's stop the criticism. Let's support Ash, ONPASSIVE, and the team through our prayers and through our good actions, through our positivity, through our passions. As the Dalai Lama says, choose to be optimistic. It feels better. Many people are looking for beautiful places. Others make places beautiful. ONPASSIVE is one of those beautiful places for people and for business. And we are the way in. Are we ready? Everybody can do what we've done this morning. And many people are saying, what are you saying, Robin? It's not possible. It absolutely is. You learn the business, you know your products, you understand Ash's vision, you're passionate because you believe. That's what all of us are talking about and hopefully showing the world and exemplifying Ash's vision through this morning. We've all come together with different lanes, as they say, of understanding and of expertise. But look how this has all come together. And this is what we do. And those of you who have this passion, who have this belief and this understanding, can do this. And don't say it's because you're concerned about speaking publicly. You've been doing that from day one. When many of you joined, you started interacting on webinars. The fact that the numbers have increased, you're doing amazingly well, as we all are. And we have adjusted and we have shifted and changed and moved as ONPASSIVE has shifted and changed and moved forward as well. We are not going to be fine. We are fine. So stand tall, be proud, be grateful, and be the heart of humanity. Thank you, everybody, for including me this morning. I am so appreciative. I am so blessed to know all of you, and I can't wait to meet you in person, as with everybody else out there in the foundation field. Take good care. It's the month of June. It's an exciting month. It's something special happens in June. And it's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful time moving forward. Take care and take care of each other. Thank you for having me with you today.
Very good, Robin. What's happening in June? I wonder if it's someone's birthday. I'm not sure if that was what she was saying. Robin, beautiful as always. Now you understand why we let her go last. She really is just a very Robin's smart. You're all smart, and I want to be the first to say thank you for coming on here. Every one of you, I think, just blew a lot of people away. And I'm going to say it again. Too good to be true has scared a lot of people away from a lot of things that they should have just checked out for themselves. I'm forever grateful. Peter Shore sent me this, and I think I even said, Pete, that sounds too good to be true. And when I realized after a few days that it was true and what it was going to do and how it was going to build, listen, things come in our lives every single day. People call us, hey, I got this, I got this. I spent my whole life working. I'm retired now, and I turned down every one of those things, to be honest with you. Did I? Some of them I maybe should have checked out. I didn't, but I told myself, Chris, this is everything that you've wanted your whole life. You've always wanted your whole own business. But then I looked at it. I watched my family run their own business for years, and my gosh, was it a lot of work. And he's saying, you don't really have to do anything, Chris, but share some things out, talk about it a little bit. And I thought, I worked my whole life. I don't want another job. This is perfect. This is perfect for me. Done for you. The greatest technology in the world, the greatest marketing in the world. And that was for me. But I realized that I myself, like every one of these individuals on this panel, I'm going to do a little extra work because I really, really want to, as Mike Ellis says, put me in a place faster. So I'm going to turn it over to Marty. Again, I personally want to thank all of you. Your value. You just built a perfect pie with all the ingredients you put into it. And I'm talking top shelf ingredients. Top shelf ingredients. You guys all added to this, and I love you for it. Marty DeGarmo and Muhammad Kamal, once again, happy birthday, brother. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
Wow, wow, wow. 2 important days of my life. The day I was born and the reason why. This was my reason why. This is what drives me. I've met all these people and I've seen how far they've grown. I'm done. Flip me over. Only profound comment I can make to all this is amen. And thank everybody for being here. And we'll be back, and we're here to help anybody we can. Thank you very much.
Real quick, Marty.
Yeah.
Announcement next Saturday. This was like we have every couple of weeks, we're going to take an opening to bring some awesome people in. Next Saturday, as of right now, we have scheduled Germany with the beautiful sister Angie Hahn. She's going to bring on people. The week after that, we will be going to Bangladesh. So stay tuned. A lot more coming. Marty, back to you.